So I'm recording this at 3 a.m., so I'll probably be talking a bit quieter. But I think this puzzle is only appropriate after we just recorded the 3x3, or the 5x5 and 7x7 Megaminx, and the 5x5 and 7x7 Pyraminx. It would be appropriate to do the 5x5 and 7x7 Skewb, which these are, if you know how to solve these, you can probably solve just about anything, or at least any very symmetric puzzle. So what's really cool about this is that this puzzle is mechanically equivalent to this puzzle, because just like how the Gene Pyraminx is mechanically equivalent to the regular Skewb, these are also mechanically equivalent. This holds at higher orders as well. So I actually have a hard time showing people that these are mechanically equivalent. But let's say if I just make a partial turn here, make a partial turn here. Right, you can clearly see like which pieces, match up where. And in fact, since there are 8 of these corners, that means out of these pieces, right, since there are only 4 faces, but there are also 4 corners. So if I hold this up like this, right, you would see that these are also mechanically equivalent, although this triangle would look upside down relative to it. But if I were to shave off these ends and extend these outwards, you would see that these are also mechanically equivalent. And so I'll approach the solve somewhat similarly. So I'm gonna build up these little triangles, sort of how I build up these triangles, which is the centers, and then I'll do the edges. The centers are harder because now you have more colors to worry about, whereas this was just all one uniform color. So let's try it. So I have this orange and white, so I want an orange in here. So I see an orange over here. I can get rid of this because this doesn't belong here. So that's one. I accidentally got this one in here. It's I need the orange and green to line up here, so it's in there. So if I rotate this, now that's all paired up. So now that one's good, so we can just leave that on the bottom and not worry about it. So I saw this yellow can go here. Now I need a yellow green and yellow red. So if I can get a red one in here, that would be good. So that yellow's in there. So that's good. So I can now pair these up together. Now I need a red green, a yellow green, and a green. So there's those two. Now they're all paired up here. Cool, so now we have 2 of the corners done. And this is where it gets really hard. So that's good. I want to get a yellow in here. I guess we can sacrifice that for now. Well, actually, we already built this little chunk, so let's just try to get these in. So I want, let's just do the blue and yellow. Or, sorry, yellow, orange and yellow. Now I can try to build the orange and blue on this side. Oh, we need to pair with the orange middle thing, actually. is actually something that occurred on the other one, this puzzle. Although I'm gonna end up with these things switched, which is not gonna be ideal. Actually, what I can do right now is I can just get the corners in. So long as I have the corners in, I can get back to these later, because these things are easier to manipulate. So now what's unfortunate is that these are correct relative to each other, but this corner is going to be a pain to rotate. So I think it's in my best interest to try to fix these corners relative to this one. And it's just going to start, I'm just going to start by messing around with these bits. And yeah, that's how I approach it. So now I have to fix these guys, and there's actually a really cool algorithm I can do, where if I want to switch these edges, I would treat it like rotating a of the bigger square on the square one, or on the Skewb. And if I wanted to flip these two, I would have to find another two to flip. So I would flip these as well. So I would go like this: down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. And yeah, so now those are swapped, and I can do the same thing over here. What can I swap? So, not the yellow, not the blue. Huh, that is unfortunate. Turns out, it looks like I'll probably have to mess up a different... So I can flip these, which will end up flipping these. And then I can undo this by flipping this. Or, no, that won't work. I could do this actually, where I'll mess this up. This will just be a white bar, so flipped, it'll still be a white bar. But I'll mess this up. Then once this is messed up, I'll undo this and undo this at the same time. So that way I fix both of them. So, yeah, that'll be good. Down, down, up, up. Down, down, up. So that's messed up. Or this is messed up. This kind of looks like a traffic light on both sides. That's cool. It was unintentional. Now I can fix those guys with these. So, yeah, down, down, up, down, down, up. All right, so now I have these bigger centers fixed, and now I just have to build up these edges similar to how I did this. So let's start with that. I see this orange one is mostly done. So if I just do that, I can have this one here. Let me actually flip this upside down. So that orange one is good. I can see this white one needs a partner. Undo that. So now it's just those three edges. And when I came up with my original solution, it was much more very complicated. And it's just, I didn't understand what mechanical equivalence was. I never had access to this puzzle before. But when I did, I found out that these were very similar, and so I approached this like that one, and that's how I'm doing it right now. So now I can bring this yellow one over here. Then I can bring it to the top, flip it over. Now when I bring this back, the original yellow comes down here. And now this is just an offset skewb. So instead of it being a perfect square, we have these strips that we'll treat similarly to the skewb. And we know how to solve the skewb. So that's that part done. That's the top done, and now I just have these things to cycle. So and look at that, we're done. All right, yeah, this is a very fun puzzle. Thanks for watching.